What's up, guys? Welcome to the Titanium Vault. I'm your host, RJ Bates III, and today I'm flying solo because I want to talk to you guys about how to become relentless, how to be relentless and unstoppable inside of your virtual wholesaling business. Where did this come from? Where did this phrase relentless come from? Well, came from me failing. That's where it came from. I regularly talk about the time period of 2018, 2019, how I literally almost drowned our business, drove us into bankruptcy. I was a poor leader, and really what led me out of that period of time was a couple of different books that I read. One was Extreme Ownership. I realized that I was a poor leader and I needed to have better leadership. That's what I learned from Extreme Ownership, and I learned how to take extreme ownership inside of my business and inside of my life. The next one was from Jim Collins. It was Good to Great, and that's where I learned about the hedgehog concept. And I learned that our hedgehog concept, what we should be solely focused on, and that way we could say no to everything else, was nationwide virtual wholesaling. That was our core focus and where we were able to make the most amount of money. But what I lacked was that mindset to really push us over the edge and become relentless in the pursuit to be a great nationwide virtual wholesaler. And that's where the book from Tim Grover, Relentless, comes in. From Good to Great to Unstoppable. Today, I want to talk to you about what it means to be relentless. I just had the honor of speaking at Ryan Beneda's event, WealthCon. I got to share the stage with Tim Grover. What an incredible moment that was for me. I got to talk to him backstage for a couple of minutes and really share the impact that his book had on not only my life, but everyone here at Titanium Investments, and then everyone that has ever consumed any of my content 2020 on. Really has been based around having that relentless mindset and attitude towards business where nothing can stop us. And the reason why is because I identified myself as a cleaner, and knowing what that means and really doubling down on it and embracing it, that, hey, as a cleaner, at times I've got to say, give me the damn ball. I'm going to go win the game. And from that develops SOPs, that develops strategies, and ultimately it develops skill sets that then we can sit down and we can say, here's how you develop those skill sets. And we can impose those skill sets on our team, people inside of our community, and have that relentless attitude towards their business and change their lives with virtual wholesaling. So that's what we're going to talk about today. When I talk about skill sets, the first 50 deals at 50 states in 50 days challenge was in 2020, right after I read this book. Reading this book is what inspired that 50-day challenge. And I thought that the tactics that I learned, all right, hey, if I come in here and I pull this list from batch leads and I send this text message and I use this flow of text messages and I comp this way, this is what makes us unstoppable. I was incorrect at the time because what happened? That tactic got broken. Carriers came down, they changed the rules and the restrictions of what can and can't be sent on an SMS, and in that tactic got destroyed. What didn't get taken away from me was the skill sets that I learned during that 50-day challenge. How to talk to sellers, how to overcome objections, how to get price drops, how to really close a deal and virtually, sight unseen, set the expectation with the seller on how that process is going to look moving forward, and then inevitably dispo that deal, do the transaction coordination of that deal, and get paid for signing that contract. So when we talk about, hey, being relentless in your business, I don't know how to put this other than there is never a moment of fear now that we're not going to be able to achieve what we want to, or that we're going to be able to survive. All the way up until 2020, though, there was always some seed of doubt that, hey, we might not, if something drastic were to change, are we going to be able to survive? Well, we saw that in 2020. COVID hit, and that the whole world changed, right? Couldn't do belly-to-belly appointments anymore. Again, another tactic that got yanked away from us, right? Hey, you could buy deals deeper if you just go do belly-to-belly appointments. Well, okay, you can't do that anymore. So now what? You have to have the skill set to be able to talk to sellers and close that deal on the phone. Do you have that skill set developed, and have you mastered it? Well, we hadn't yet, but now we have. Well, how? Every single day taking actions by getting on the phone, placing those phone calls, talking to sellers. And it's funny, if you go back, you watch that initial 50-day challenge, you would see me, I would talk to a seller, and maybe the call didn't go the way that I wanted to go. And a lot of those calls back in 2020 didn't go the way that we wanted them to go because they were cold outreaches, right? It was outbound marketing, cold text messages. And so a lot of times people would be like, how did you get my information? Why would you think I want to sell that property? So then I would explain it to them, the response wasn't always a positive one. And so then I would stop and I would take my pen and I would write notes and I would say, okay, maybe that response to that objection was not the right one. Maybe I could have handled that a little bit better. And so over the course of that initial 50-day challenge, the amount of things that we learned about overcoming those objections, comping deals, deciding what markets to buy deals in, right? We talk about being nationwide. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that every lead comes in as a closable deal. You have to be able to have in buyers, right? Is there activity going on? Are you getting it at the right price? Understanding where your in buyers buy, right? Reverse engineering these deals to those numbers. There was a ton of skills that we learned during that 50-day challenge, and it completely changed our business all the way up until the tactic that we were using got broken in 2022. So what happened in 2022, right? SMS got taken away from us. Cassie and I took the opportunity to do a TV show on A&E, zombie house flipping, and we started buying more flips. And then the TV show got yanked away from us. They said, hey, I wore something I shouldn't have worn. There was a tweet about me wearing a white supremacy logo, which it wasn't. It was just a gift that was given to me. It was a Viking hoodie. It had a symbol on it. It doesn't mean anything racist or anything of the sorts, but I was accused of it. And in today's cancel culture, that was enough for Disney to pull the plug on me on the show, and as well as everyone else in the crew. Early in 2023, man, it was hard for me to overcome that. It was hard for me to overcome the fact that I let so many people down. The business wasn't looking good because we had kind of stepped out of the wholesale business. A lot of people here at Titanium at the time were a little bit distraught about what had happened with the TV show. I mean, it's not a good thing when the leader gets accused of something like I got accused. I mean, the ripple effect of that throughout our business was heavy. I mean, there was people that had to look at me and go explain to their significant other that their boss had been fired for, essentially wearing a racist symbol. Even though it wasn't a racist symbol, that was the connotation behind it, right? And so for a couple months, I mean, I really sat here in, I don't want to call it depression, but a level of, I was lost. I didn't know what to do. And I remember kind of thinking back to, all right, we're here again. Am I being relentless right now? I don't think so. I don't think the cleaner wasn't coming out in me, right? And I had to do something fairly radical to change the direction, the trajectory of titanium investments. And that's where we made the decision to do our second 50 deals at 50 states, 50 days challenge. But we knew that the tactics that we used in the first 50-day challenge, we couldn't do those anymore, right? And so we made the decision, all right, we're still going to cold call the data using virtual assistants. We know that we have speed to lead, inbound PPL leads. We added Lead Zolo as a lead source. And so we were pretty heavy on all-in PPL leads. And listen, this was kind of, again, an all-in moment for us. Was there fear that it was going to work? Absolutely not. I knew it was going to work, and it felt so good to be able to sit down in my seat of power and know, here we go, baby. It's the fourth quarter again. Yeah, we didn't play good. We got ourselves in a hole, and we got to dig ourselves out of it. But we're absolutely going to do it because guess what? I get the ball in the damn fourth quarter, and we're going to go win the game. And that's what we did. And what happened? New skill sets were developed. We refined the skill sets over those 50 days. Skills that now we feel comfortable telling anybody. This is how you taught the sellers. We created the closer's formula from it. We were relentless in our pursuit of getting as many deals as we could possibly get during those 50 days. And that's how we ended up with 125 signed contracts, with 69% of them making it to the closing table. We were relentless in that because we knew that we had the skills to do the job. We knew that we had the tools available to achieve the results that we wanted to do. And from that, we were able to make massive shifts in our business and now say, this is the direction that titanium is heading moving forward. And because of that, it was very easy to identify, hold on. In 2020, when we did the initial 50-day challenge, we thought it was the tactic. We thought it was the texting and the list pulling and using batch leads that made us unstoppable. But that wasn't an accurate statement. It wasn't an accurate assessment of who we were as a company. What was accurate is no. What we really developed over the course of those 50 days is a skill that then can be transferred across the board. A mindset of no matter what, if you're relentless, you can go out and you can achieve the results that you need to create your own reality. We wore those on our wrists. We talked about it all the time. But what people don't want to talk about is, hey, even though I sit here and I have a YouTube channel and I have a following on social media and I train other people, it doesn't mean every single day goes great here inside of our wholesale operation. We have issues. We have people that quit, people that steal deals from us. We have sellers decide at the closing table that they're not going to sign the closing docs. We have issues that we have to overcome as well. What allows those issues to not seem crippling to us in comparison to other businesses or maybe even yourself is that relentless attitude where it's, yes, we have to stop, we have to solve that problem. That does not mean that I'm going to stop the actions that I'm taking every single day. Consistent lead generation, consistent acquisitions, consistent dispositions every single day, relentlessly making sure that we're achieving those results. Now, the negative things that go on, do they have an impact on my mindset at times? Absolutely. I'm a human being. I mean, we had a deal that we were going to make a $50,000 assignment fee on, and the buyer essentially killed the deal for us. It's a story for another day. Well, it's its own video worthy of a story, but point being is $50,000. That's a lot of money. I used to work an entire year and not make $50,000, got yanked away from us. Who else does that impact? That impacts our team. That impacts that dispositions manager. That impacts the cash flow. That pays for the bookkeeper and the transaction coordinator and the utilities and the rent and everything else that goes on with running a business. So from a business owner's perspective, yeah, it stings. But I am so happy with where we sit today in comparison to where we sat, of course, back in 2018 and 2019, but even in 2020 and 2021, where I thought, hey, we are unstoppable. We're an invincible operation now. And we just didn't understand the reason why. We were misappropriating the reason as to why we were invincible and unstoppable. And now I have identified it as, hey, the skill sets that we have now is what makes us relentless, unstoppable, juggernautish, right? By the way, if you didn't know, my nickname in beer league hockey is Juggernaut. So that's why every now and then I throw in the juggernaut analogy there, okay? But seeing that we were able to do this ourselves in 2023, and then we created Titanium University and opened that up here in 2024, and then training people inside of Titanium University with these skill sets and seeing that it's transferred over to their business. And now they have a relentless operation, a relentless mindset where every single day we see wins inside of our community where it's signed contract, contract sent, assignment sent, closed and funded. I mean, it's every single day. We use the hashtag Conquered, and I can go in the group and I can search by it. And actually, for those of you that are on video, let's just do it real quick. Why not? Hopefully this doesn't mess up our video too much here, but I'm going to show you guys. I'm excited. Share my screen. Two hours ago, Conquered, contract sent, assignment out. 2, sent and signed, contracts, contract signed, contract sent, contract signed and is signing it to a friend as a flip. Another contract sent out. Conquered, assignment sent, contract signed. Boom, contract signed, contract assigned, right? 8,500, assignment signed, boom. Contract sent. I mean, these are just, they're everywhere in the community. We just keep going. These are all the wins that we see going on inside of Titanium University right now. It just keeps going. These are all contracts sent, signed, assignments, closed and funded. Just, we could go on. It doesn't stop. It literally makes me emotional to think about that, where this came from. It came from reading this book and then saying, let's apply that. Let's apply that to our business right now. And so because we did, we were able to dig ourselves out of a hole and we were able to achieve the reality that we were desiring. And then we said it would be selfish to keep that to ourselves. Just like Tim Grover didn't keep this information to himself, we continued to pass the torch. And then we said, hey, here are these skill sets to anyone that wants to join Titanium University. Here you go. And now we're seeing those people come in and create their own reality and generate results and change their lives. Dude, there's some people on there, those are the first ever deals. Some of those people are working full-time W-2s, first responders, teachers, like working jobs and then finding a way with that relentless mindset to say, I want something better for myself, and here is how I'm going to achieve it, and they're doing it. And then we're seeing the results. And we've only had 2 classes so far. Now we're opening it up for the 3rd. So we had the first class. We had second Genesis. This is the Trinity. The Trinity is the 3rd class. It's now open. If you are interested in joining that, click the link down below, titaniumu.com/the Trinity. Okay. Listen, we're only taking 30 people every single class. 6 people have already signed up, but I'm not here to sell you on this. If you want to be a part of that, it should sell itself. If you're ready to make an investment and you're ready to really learn these skills that we are implementing here at Titanium, then join Titanium University. Come talk to my team about doing it. Hang out with me and Cassie on a daily basis, talk about how these skill sets could actually change your business. But if you're not ready for that yet, you can get what you need. You're not going to get it on a daily basis. You're not going to get the hand-holding and the daily implementation calls. You're not going to get the course. You're not going to get the community atmosphere. But you can get what you need to at least get yourself to the level where you're ready to make that commitment just from this YouTube channel. We're putting enough out there to eliminate the excuses from your life to not succeed as a virtual wholesaler. You should be able to know how to generate leads now. You should know now how to be able to go talk to a seller, get a signed contract. You know who to hire as your TC. You can go watch my dispositions videos using InvestorLift, and you should be able to know this is how I could go create my own reality with virtual wholesaling and get yourself up, and then add the rocket fuel to it with Titanium University. That is what we wanted to create in 2024. I feel like it's my responsibility to do that. And I now have a new purpose to be relentless behind, and that is Titanium University and making sure that everyone that entrusts us takes implementation and action to succeed and gets properties under contract, sold, and funded in their bank account. This is not like these other communities where it's like, oh, you swiped your card. Congratulations. Welcome to the community. You're part of the family. And we hope that you figure out your way. Absolutely not. Every single person that has joined Titanium University, we have given leads to for free. We just said, here's leads. Go close them. Get on the phone with sellers right now. Close deals. Let's make money. That's what this is about. If you're not in a community that is forcing you to take action to really change your life, then why are you in that community? You don't have the right leader. Choose a better one. Choose one that can sit there and you know for a fact you have seen that person take action. You've seen them on the phones. You've seen them comp deals. You've seen them fail and succeed. If you never see someone fail, you should start thinking twice about what's really happening. Now, I'm not saying massive failure, but at least every now and then, something ain't going to go right. Being an entrepreneur is not easy. But that is where I'm at. I'm relentless now on that mission to say, let's go change as many people's lives as we possibly can with the skill sets that we have developed here at Titanium for nationwide virtual wholesaling. You decide what your hedgehog concept is going to be. You tell me how much time available you have, how much funds you have available. Let's put together a plan for you and then push you to success with a relentless attitude, with the skill sets that we can teach you. And I promise you, you are going to be able to take action. And over the course of time, you will refine those skills where results will follow. You will not be allowed to just sit and be dormant and not take action. So be relentless. Start being good, become great, eventually become unstoppable. You can do that at Titanium University. Like I said, down below, you can join titaniumu.com/the Trinity. You'd be a part of the third class called the Trinity. Book a call with my team. We'd love to see you guys there. Listen, I wanted to share this message with you guys because, first of all, it means a lot to me. Like I said, emotional is the best way that I can describe the amount of results that we have seen inside the Titanium University community. And then being able to see and meet Tim Grover, I'll leave you with this. When I told him about the 50-day challenge and how his book inspired me, he said two things. One, it showed you how much more you have inside of yourself and what you can accomplish. And that goes for you as well. You have so much more inside of you that you can accomplish that you don't even know. And two, he said, if you didn't do it, someone else would. Don't let someone else achieve your dream. You have so much more than you can achieve than what you're achieving right now. Don't let someone else achieve it for you.